Hello, I am Leung. Welcome to my digital story of my PolyU practical training. The training was held on Industrial Center of PolyU from 15th May 2012 and 23rd May 2012. This video aims to share what I did and learned in the training. Day 1. Formwork. Part 1. Teacher talk about safety, tools, knowledge and terminology of formwork. After that, I start to make a timber box with Marco. This is the design of our timber box. We cut the timber by using saw. After that, we use nail to connect the timber plane. This is our product. Part 2. Whole class separate into 4 groups. This is the design. I was assigned to cut the plywood by using dimension circular saw. I used the saw bag to cut the plywood. After cutting the plywood, we started to nailing the plywood. Marco nailed the plywood and I hold the plywood in a correct position for him. My groupmate Stephen held and stand the plywood around the kicker. When the I-column formwork was formed, we used the tie bar to connect the wiring. Here is the I-column formwork of my group. Day 2. Steelwork. Part 1. Checking the property of welding. Is there any cracks in the welding? In the classroom, teacher explained 2 types of checking. There are die penetration tests and magnetic particular inspection tests. Teacher did the die penetration test at the beginning of the practical work. Part 2. In this part, our group need to make a diagonal support for a desk. I was assigned to cut the metal pane. I used the hydraulic cutting machine to cut the metal pane. After that, we mark the position for drilling and installing bolt and nut. Then we use the drill to drill the hole. Finally, we connect the steel pane and the leg of the desk by bolt and nut. This is the work of my group. Day 3. Concrete. Part 1. Concrete quilt making. In the beginning of practical of concrete section, we need to make a concrete quilt. 4 groups were formed and different group makes different design ratio. I am a member of group 3. We use bucket and electronic balance to measure the weight of water, cement, and sand. Because of the little volume, we mix the material by hand. After mixing, we fill the concrete into the metal quilt mold. Part 2. I-column making. In this part, we use portable hydraulic electric steel bar cutter to cut the steel bar and use the manual steel bar bending machine to turn the steel bar into the shape we want. We fixed the steel bar as a handhold and place it into the formwork. The same as this morning, we use bucket and electronic balance to measure the weight of water, cement, sand, and aggregate. Then we mixed the material by using tilting mixer. After mixing, we did the slump test to check the workability. We filled the concrete into the formwork. When it is full, we use the pocket vibrator to push out the voids. Fill the concrete again, level and smooth the top of concrete. Day 4. In the beginning of practical of the day, we did the concrete quilt strength test first. Then we moved the formwork of I-column which made in the first day of concrete section. After that, we went back to classroom and calculate the fixing detail of steel bar of beam. In the afternoon, we started to fix the steel bar for beam. We used the fixing iron hook to fix the steel bar and lengths. We placed the spacer box for holding the space of concrete cover. As we fixed the steel bar as firm as possible, most of the connection we used double fixing. Because we didn't know we need to demolish the steel bar of the beam. Unluckily, we need to do so. It is difficult to demolish. Day 5. NDT and Anchoring. Part 1. NDT. At first, I did the half cell potential test. I used the copper sulfate ion to put on different points of concrete wall to check the degree of corrosion of reinforcement bar. And then I did the rebound hammer test. I take the rebound hammer to check the strength of concrete sample. After that, I did the cover meter test. I did it to check the thickness of concrete cover and the diameter and direction of steel bar. After these 3 tests, teacher did the infrared thermographic survey and tell us the pros and cons. Part 2. Anchoring. Teacher showed us how to install a adhesive anchor first. And then I tried to install torque control expansion anchor and displacement control expansion anchor. I installed a displacement control expansion anchor first. Then I installed a torque control expansion anchor. Teacher did once a sample for us and we follow him to do so. Day 6. Brickwork and Plastering. Part 1. Teacher showed us different types of bricks, tiles, and tools used in brickwork. Part 2. Bricklaying. Teacher used chalkbox to draw a straight line to fix position. Then he used cement water to lay the brickwork. After that, he used the plumb ruler to check the leveling of brick. Part 3. Plastering. Teacher did an example to show us how to do the plastering. He put the water cement on the wall and spread it evenly. Part 4. Tile laying. Teacher mixed the white cement with water for joining the tile and the wall. He used the tile cutter to cut the tile into a suitable size. Also, he showed us how to stick the mosaic tile on the wall. Part 5. Floor finishes. Teacher demonstrated the method to fix the tile on the ground once and required us follow it. We mix the cement and wet sand as mortar, then use it to level the floor and pressure it. After that, I put the cement on the mortar and watering. I put the mosaic tiles on the cement. I sprinkle the cement on the tile and watering again. Wait for about half hour. I tear the connecting paper of tiles. Day 7. Forcework and Scaffolding. In the morning, teacher did a simple scaffolding as an example for us. In the afternoon, whole class worked for erecting a scaffolding. First, we place the vertical support. Second, we check the leveling by using plumb rule. Third, we place the cross blinds. Fourth, we install the ledger by using cupola. 5. We place the leader and working pivot on the scaffolding. 6th, I wear the safety clothes and connect the independent line. 7th, I install the vertical support, cross blinds and ledger in the upper level. 8th, install the diagonal blinds. Finally, we place the top jack and check the leveling of top jack. Before the training, I think construction work is boring and dirty. There is no technique in it, but the training changed my mind. In every training, when I finish work, I feel happy for it. I gain great satisfaction from the work. The works are funny, many skills can be applied in it. Especially for the last day of the training. I fear of height, but I still wear the safety clothes and erect the scaffold over 3 meter high. I make a breakthrough in the workshop. Finally, I get invaluable experience and knowledge of construction through this training. It is my honor to take part in this training, although it is hard.